Increasing and decreasing function example 2. Find the interval on which the function f of x equals x cubed plus 3x squared minus 9x is decreasing. The word interval here is referring to the interval is referring to the domain of x where the function f of x is decreasing. That can be represented as bracket, square bracket, a, b, where a will be the lowest part and b will be the highest value. If this function is decreasing, that implies that the y, the x, will be, also called f dash x, will be less than 0 if it's decreasing. And so let's find that. So the y, the x, if you're differentiating, your function has to be in the form of y equals x to the power of n, then the y, the x, will be n x n to the power minus 1. The y dx will be, n is 3 here, so that will be 3 times 1, that will be 3, x, then 3 minus 1 is 2, plus 2 times 3, so that will be 6, then 2 minus 1, that will be x to the power 1, minus the x here is to the power 1, so 1 times minus 9 is minus 9, x to the power 1 minus 1, 0. And so if we write this out clearly, that will be 3x squared plus 6x minus 9, because x to the power 0 equals 1, and that has to be less than 0. So let's factorize this, making sure it's less than 0. To factorize this, I've got ax squared plus bx plus c. That's the quadratic equation, where my a equals 3, b equals 6, and c equals minus 9. I need ac, which equals 3 times minus 9 is minus 27. I need two numbers I can multiply together. I will get minus 27, and when I add them together, I get 6. So 9 and minus 3 will be the two numbers. 9 minus 3 will be 6, so that gives 6b. So that's the product. The product is 9 times minus 23, and the sum is 6. So that's good. All I need to do is put x here, and the x there. So 9x minus 3x will give 6x. So I can replace the 6x here with 9x minus 3. So therefore I can get 3x squared minus 3x plus 9x minus 9. So I'm bringing the like terms together. What's common here? So I can see a common factor here. That's 3x. And a common factor here, 9. So I can write 3x open bracket x minus 1. 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times minus 1 is minus 3x. And what's common here? Plus 9 is common. So I then get x minus 1 again. 9 times x is 9x. 9 times minus 1 is minus 9. But I also have another common factor here, x minus 1, x minus 1. What's left is 3x plus 9, which means we've got 3x plus 9 and x minus 1 less than 0. Now the solution to this, if I set that to 0 and set that to 0, we get 3x equals minus 9, x equals minus 9 over 3 x equals minus 3. So that's one root. That's where it crosses the x-axis if I sketch the curve. And if I set that to 0, that would be x minus 1 equal to 0. I'm trying to find the root. That's why I'm setting them to 0. Therefore, x equals 1. So the roots here, if I'm sketching this curve now, quadratic curve now, so 1.1 and minus 3. And the intercept on the y-axis is minus 9. So minus 9 here. So the curve will look like this, coming through there and probably go like that. So that's the quadratic function. But this quadratic is a graph of f dash x, which is the y dx. So that curve is a curve of the y dx. I'm sketching not y, because y is a cubic function. The gradient is a quadratic function, so I'm sketching that. The function here less than 0. It is less than 0 here. You can see. According to this graph, the y-axis, this is x. The y-axis here is actually the y dx. That's the axis here. And this is x, because I'm sketching this. And the y dx is less than 0 when it's a decreasing function. It's an increasing function. So we can see here is when x is greater than 1, x greater than 1 is increasing function. And when x is less than minus 3 is increasing function. You can see that there because this value of the y dx is higher than 0. This line is 0 here. So this line is the y dx equal to 0. That's that line because I'm plotting the y dx against x. So that line is the y dx equal to 0. The upper part of it is the y dx is positive, and the down part of it is the y dx is negative. So this side is negative, the y dx is negative. The green one here is where when minus 3 is less than x is less than 1 is the decreasing function. But the question is asking us to write the interval. So the decreasing function is when minus 3 is less than x is less than 1. The interval for that will be square bracket minus 3, comma 1. So this is the interval value. So that's the interval values.